This conference will now be recorded.
So good evening everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening everyone. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I'll take the attendance quickly. Okay. So let's get started. So if you want to practice Linux, so you have to log into the AWS console to create a Linux machine. Okay, so sign into the console. So we have different flavors of Linux. So here, what are you are going to install Red Hat. Okay, so you are going to take the Red Hat Linux. So first, as soon as you log in, okay, so you will be in the North Virginia. So how to create a Linux Red Hat Linux instance? So what are the steps? So first, you have to go to services. Okay, and under services, you will see a compute. So under that, you have to click EC2. Okay, EC2 is a service which provides Linux servers in the cloud. So that is a very basic. So here on the right side, you are seeing some instances tab. So from here, you have to create an instance. So what are the steps involved in creating a Linux instance? So the first is you have to click this launch instance. You have to click this launch instance. And the first step is choosing the Amazon machine image. Give me 1 minute, some disturbances. So choose an Amazon machine image. Okay. So here we can find Red Hat. Okay. So this is what you have to launch. So just a selection option is there here. Okay. Just you have to select the operating system, what you want to install. So Amazon machine is an OS. And next step is choosing the instance type. So under instance type, we have several types ranging from nano, micro, small. Instance type is nothing but it is a combination of your CPU and RAM. Okay. For each and every server, you need to have some configuration requirement, like how much CPU you want, how much memory you want. Based on that, you have to select this type. Okay. So if it is a production-based server, we will go for R5, R5 series, okay, M5 series, like that. It depends on the requirement. So here we are only doing for testing purpose, right? So free tier is okay. You can go log in with the T2 micro. Okay, but in real-time servers, we will go with T2 medium, okay, which is not free, T2 medium, T3 medium, okay, and large, X large, M4 X large, M5 X large, like that. So it is nothing but it is a combination of CPU and RAM. Okay, and also there is some performance also calculated. So they have given some table which is also the performance calculation. So you want this much speed means you can go with this combination. Okay. So here we have to just select the T2 micro. This is the second step. Next, coming to the third step, configure instance. So here as of now, you just take care of the number of instances column. Okay. So when you are learning EC2, in future I will tell, okay, just to take this number of instances here, okay, and you just take the default network and no preference. So it will create in any of the availability zone, either 1A, 1B, 1C, okay, just view like this. So here no need to bother. So how many instances you want, just give the number. So next, storage, it will automatically taken as 10 GB size for loading your operating system. So that also auto selected, just move on. So here you are giving some name to a server. So you can give capital NAME, okay, and server name. So that is what you have to give and click next. So here we have, it is a firewall. Okay, so in this firewall, it is like a security to your instance. Okay, so what are all the port numbers you want to open on the system? So this is the GUI phase, graphical user interface, where you can add some port numbers. So you can add some port number. Okay, you can add some protocols. So in Linux we have not Linux, in internet terminology. So we have a lot of, okay, so port numbers in every system is given with some port numbers ranging from 0 to 65535 based on your physical device. So now, so if you want to open any port number, so here we can open. So then launch instance. So after launching, so you have to generate the public key and private key. So if you are very new, just to create a new key pair and download. If it is already created, choose the existing key pair. Okay, so here I already downloaded, so just I'm selecting the existing key pair and click on launch instance. So with this, your EC2 instance is launched. Okay, so whenever you launch your EC2 instance, okay, so it is basically Red Hat. Okay, it is basically a Red Hat. So this is what you have installed. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so as soon as you create a server, so there will be instance state which is from pending. Okay, the instance state becomes pending. So once it is ready, it will become running state. Okay, see, it changed to running. Okay, and also every server you created, by default it will get the public IP and it will get the private IP. Okay, it will get the public IP and private IP. Sometimes IPs are difficult to remember, so we can also use private DNS, domain name service. So we have a IPv4 domain name service, or you can use a number also, IPv4 also. It is just like a name, and this you can consider as a phone number. So it is very easy to remember names, okay, rather than phone number. Okay, so like that. That is a combination. So private IP, private DNS, and public IP, public DNS. So this is automatically, it is coming from the default network. So one point you have to note here is, okay, this public IP will change when you stop and start the server. Okay, suppose if you stop and start, let's say, don't do it, you test it. So stop it and again you start it, this IP will get changed. Public IP and public DNS will get changed. Okay, so because this public IP is dynamic in nature, okay, dynamic in nature. Suppose if you want static, IP, okay, if you want static public IP, there is one more scenario here called elastic IP. Okay, elastic IP. So I will teach elastic IP, which is nothing but it is static public IP. Okay, it is static public IP. Okay, I will teach in the AWS class only how to create it, because it is a static public IP. Even you stop and start also, this IP won't change. This IP will become public IP. So even you stop and stop also, static public IP won't change. Okay, so that is a solution, it is there. But since you are practicing, no problem. Whenever your public IP will change, your command also will change. Connection command also will change. Okay, so you have to be very careful whenever you stop and start. And this is the instance ID it will create. Okay, and this instance state, T2 micro, all information you can see. Okay, what is the AMI ID, what kind of platform you are using, Okay, platform details you can see. Okay, now it's time to connect to the machine. So while connecting, it's already it is a help from the AWS. That command is already given. Okay, some people are referring to other options also, I know, but you should not go with other options right now. You're not required to know also. Okay, so we can discuss in the later section. But this SSH client is a very basic SSH command. Okay, you have to use it for connecting to the instance. Okay. So I already told you. So to in real time and all, okay, how we will connect to the instances and all, I will show later. Don't worry now. Okay. So, but temporarily for practice purpose, please try to use this Git bash. Okay, bash. Okay. If you want any curiosity, I already told you. I think MobaXterm. Okay. So in our 3 companies, we used MobaXterm only. Okay. So to connect to the Linux machine. MobaXterm, Putty, Super Putty, Putty. We have used those also. Okay, Git Bash is very flexible if you are just connecting one time. Okay, so but if you use this MobaXterm, you can save the sessions also like this. Okay, you can save the sessions also like this. So how many servers IP solve will be? Just connect and start terminal. You can easily connect. I will show that later. Sir, not required now. In future, definitely you will learn that. Okay. So next, so you have to go to downloads folder. So you know CD command, right? In the last class we discussed. Okay. So whenever you open, it will open in some home directory. So CD downloads. So in this downloads folder, okay, you have the key pair. For this instance, you have the key pair. This is the PEM file. Okay, so which is available in the download folder. So here only you have to type the command. So if you are a beginner, just want to do, take this command example. Okay, under example there is a command. Take this command and paste it, so it will connect. You don't need to worry about what is the command also. Okay, so type yes. From here you have to worry. So once the terminal is connected, so if you want to clear the screen, you can type clear. Okay, or you can type clear or simply control L. Okay, so it will clear the screen and your cursor will be on the top. Okay, so clear screen shortcut control L. Okay, so here we started discussing about our Linux commands. Okay, so here in Linux, okay, every command is okay, small case, small letters. You cannot use capital letter commands. Okay, so this command is not found. Okay, so that you have to remember. So in Linux, each and every command is a small. What is command means? It is a instruction actually. It is a instruction. Okay, whenever you did that SSH command, right? So there is one command. It will create a process actually. To see the process, there is a bash process. Okay, it is a shell program. Okay, it is a shell program. It is a shell program which is already created. On the top of shell, I can type some commands. Okay, this command will be read by that shell program and it will communicate to the kernel. So shell is the protection layer for kernel. If this command want to directly talk to kernel, it is not possible. You have to go through shell only. Okay, whenever you do SSH, what is happened? So shell got created. That is how the internal design is, or Linux architecture is designed. Okay, that is all about Linux architecture. So you will have a shell. Inside the shell, you will have kernel, and the shell is a very strong protective layer to the kernel. Whatever the commands you want to write, you write on a shell. So then it shell will convert to kernel, talk to kernel like that. That is how it will work. Okay, let's go with that practical things. So here we have to learn some Linux commands. Okay, so pwd. So pwd, what is this pwd command? It is going to print the current working directory. Okay, it is going to print the present working directory /home/ec2 user. So by default, okay, so this pwd will print the about the directory, which directory you are going to exist, current directory. Okay, there is one more command cd, so which also talks about changing the directory only. Okay, changing the directory. So if you want to change it to any directory, you can change it. So here / is the topmost directory in the Linux. / is like a Okay, so D drive or E drive like that. Okay, so that is the topmost layer in the cloud. LS will always list the contents of the directory. Okay, contents of the directory. So ls slash, you can give like this. Okay, so a list will do the listing the contents of the directory. Okay, cd will change. There is a symbol also you can use, cd home. Okay, home directory. So whenever any user login, he will be landing into his own folder. Like here, who is the user means EC2 user. That is a default user we connected. So it is inside a /home folder directory. Okay, so this is a EC2 user is a folder. So on this folder, you are trying to work with some commands. And in the last class, we have seen, okay, how to create a directory. So mkdir is a command to create a directory. So mkdir, okay, dir1. So here it creates a directory, and it created a directory without any information. So simply silently it created the directory. So suppose every command will have certain options. See, if I use -v, okay, if I use -v an option and passing the value, so what it will do, that hyphen, because of that option, you have got some information. So what it has done in the background. So v means verbose. Verbose means information. Okay, some information. So every command will have some options. We have to utilize that option so that we will get some additional functionality. Okay, your option can be a single letter, or you can type full word. If you are using full word, dash dash verbose, like this you have to use it. Okay, dash dash verbose. And remember, whenever you create a directory, if the directory is already exist, okay, if you are trying to create, so what is the output? You got error. Okay, you got error. Seriously, you got error. Okay, so what is that error? Cannot create a directory. Okay, directory to file exists. Okay, directory to file exists. Directory to file exists. So that is the difference. You have to find out. So if your already directories exist, if you are creating again, it will throw the error, sir. Okay, so you cannot create directory again with the same name. That is not possible. Okay, and one more scenario I will cover here. These are all very basics. Everyone must know actually. So then only they can comfortably work with Linux. So mkdir sample. I created a directory called sample. So I am already saying I am creating same name. So okay, I am creating the same name, sample. Okay, so any error will come because same name already is there, sample. Okay, again I am creating sample. So any error came? Not came. So what is the difference here? What is the difference here when compared to Linux and Windows? If you do same thing in Windows, what it will tell you? No, error will tell. Already file is, directory is available, folder is available. But in Linux, see, you have to observe very carefully. What is the difference? Linux is case sensitive. Okay, case sensitive. Case sensitive means, okay, small letters and capital letters are different. Okay, so sample is written in small, and okay, the other is sample. So for Linux, these are both are different files. Okay, both are different here. So very carefully you have to manage it. So that's why always prefer small letters, sample case. Okay, small case letters you try to use it while creating the directories. Okay, how to remove a directory? Using rmdir. Okay, rmdir will remove only empty directory. Okay, empty directory. Suppose if there is any content in the directory, it won't delete actually. Okay, it won't delete. This ls sample is empty directory. So rmdir can be used to delete the empty directory. Okay, so this is all about the directories, sir. How to create a directory. So using mkdir. But here I want to create directories in this fashion. Okay, so I will just draw some simple diagram. Okay, so most of the scenarios we will be encountering this. I want to create one directories like this. Under one directory, I want to create another directory. Under this directory, I want to create another directory. Under this directory, I want to create another directory. So what we call is sub directories. Okay. So I think we have to draw in this way, it will be easy. Okay, under this, okay, like this is comfortable. Okay, so like this I want to create. This is the hierarchy I want. So how to create it? So this is a topmost directory. Let's say this is a directory 3. Okay, so next this is a directory 1, and this is directory 2. Okay, directory 3, directory 5. Okay, like this. So now how to create this directory? So first you have to create this directory, and then you have to go inside this directory and you have to create this directory. Then afterwards you have to go inside the directory and create this directory. Okay, so these directories are within the inside actually. Okay, so you have to overmap that. So the inside directory 3 you have directory 1 like this. Okay, so it will be like overlap inside that. So very simply I can create, see, inside directory 3 I want to create directory 1. So I have to give slash. Okay, inside directory 1 I want to create directory 2 slash. Okay, you have to give like this. Okay, but whenever you are using this slash with multiple directories, so you have to tell which is the parent directory. The first one is called as parent. If directory 3 is available, then only I can create directory 1. So this is parent directory. So always you have to use option -p. Okay, -p. So then what will happen? It created the directory 3. Under directory 3, you can see directory 1. Okay, right? So under directory 1, you can see directory 2. You're able to see directory 2. I am listing the contents of directory 1. Now I want to list the contents of directory 2. So I don't need to go directly. I can give by slash this full path. Okay, directory 3 slash directory 1 slash directory 2. It will display the contents of directory 2. So directory 2 having only one folder, dir 5. So mkdir is used to create sub directories. -p option is there. Okay, -p, using -p you can do. You can also do in this way also. Suppose I have a directory like this. Inside this directory, I want 4 directories. I want 4 directories. So how to do this? So very simple. mkdir. Okay, so under one directory, let's say directory 7. Okay, here I want to create 4 directories. So I can give some names. Okay, sample1, comma, sample2, comma, sample3. So what is this sample? So it is a directory. Okay, so 4 directories I am creating. So you have to use curly braces and you have to use it. Okay, but here we have to tell the parent is, okay, directory 7. So if you list directory 7, inside that how many folders you can see now? Total 4, right? Sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. 4 you can create. So that brackets, okay, collection of some directories. Clear? So these are the different ways you to create a directory. It depends on your requirement. Okay. In Ansible class, we are able to see this thing actually. In Ansible class, this is requirement. Okay, we have to create one folder. Inside that folder, around 7 directories I want to create. So that time we can use this command. Now, I want to give you one more. So the same way, like how you are creating sample 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to create a directories from 1 to 10. How to create? So my naming should be like this. Okay, sam 1 to sam 10. So you are giving like this, right? Basically, you will be following in this way, right? So it is created. Okay, it is created. No doubt, it is created. But I want to create a directories ranging from, okay, some 1 to 10. Okay, some pattern will be there and followed by 1 to 10. Okay, here I will create from 5 to 10. So Sam will be the common, and whatever 5 to 10 you have to provide like this 5 dot dot 10. So this is the range actually. We call it as a range 5 to 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is a range. So it will automatically create 5 to 10. 5 dot dot 10 means 5 to 10 range. That is the range. Okay, so if any pattern if you want to provide in Linux, that pattern or range can be provided by using curly braces. Now let's create the files also. Now let's create the files. So directories, okay, you are good, but let's create the file. So to create a file, okay, you have to use touch. Touch is a command to create a file. Okay, so like whenever I create a directory second time, you got an error. But what about touch? Can I create the same file? Do I get any error? Tell me, anyone? So do we get error if I create a touch file one again? No, sir. It won't create the error. Okay, it won't create the error. So meaning, what is the difference? What is the use of touch actually? Okay, so you have to think at the high level. Okay, advanced level. So touch will create a file, that is fine, but frankly speaking, what touch means, okay, it will create the timestamp. Okay, so you can create the timestamp by using adding some option L. L means long list. So if you type long list, you can see the time when it has created. It is following some American time. So 1628 file 1 has been created, 428. Okay, so this touch command basically it will update the timestamp. Okay, after 1 hour you command touch file 1, this file will be modified to the latest system file. Okay, some scenarios, okay, we require to change that old file name to new file name. Okay, timestamp we need to update. If you want to update the timestamp, then you have to use touch. Okay, file 1. So you display the content ls-l file 1. Okay, now you can see the latest time is updated. Okay, 1629. So touch basically update the timestamp. That's why you will not get error. Even though the file is there, you won't get any error. It will just update the timestamp. Okay, that point you can keep it in your mind. So next, touch. So I want to create the files from an order like 2 to 20. Okay, same you can apply or how you did for okay, so you can use like this. So it will create a files ranging from 2 to 20. Okay, file 2 to file 20, file 2 to file 20. So these are the how to create a file. So you can also create multiple files by space separator. So like this also you can create multiple files can be created. Okay, if you apply like this, it will create 3 files. Okay, so next, so here in Linux basically, okay, so we have 2 types of files we will indicate, like 2 types. One is regular files. Okay, regular files, whatever I created just now, they are regular files and regular directories. So regular files and regular directories. Using these files and folders, files and directories, you will do the work. You will store the file content, nothing, something you will work. But apart from that, you have some hidden files and hidden directories also. Okay, hidden files and hidden directories. So this concept is not new to everyone. So in Windows also we have this facility. We can hide some files and folders. Okay, we can hide some files and folders. So during our college days, we used to do that, right? So in hostel when we are watching movies and all, okay, so we will be hiding files and directories so that we only want to see the movies. So that should not use if the files and directories. So how to hide the files and directories, hidden files. So in Linux also, same concept is there. Okay, so So coming to the DevOps or AWS, whatever might be, mostly in DevOps, okay. So we will come across some two hidden files, okay. Not too many hidden files. Every tool will get some, okay, hidden file like .git, .kubo, okay. So Kubernetes hidden file, okay. Like this we will get .ansible, okay. So like this we will get some folders. So these are all folders actually, .git folder, .q folder, .ansible folder. You will get the folder also, okay, and a .ssh folder, okay, .sh folder. Not only folders, we will get some two files also. So let's say I will write some file, docker ignore, okay. One more file I will write git ignore, okay. Like this you will see some hidden files also. These are the two hidden files we will come across, and four to five hidden directories also we will come. So here one thing you have to observe, what is the difference between regular file and hidden file or directory? What is the difference, sir? So the main difference is dot, okay. Any file or folder starting with a dot is a hidden. That concept comes under hidden, okay. So here, so I will create one hidden file, touch dot, okay, any name I can give, right? So sample file. So sample file is a regular file, a hidden file. On what basis you are saying? You are saying on the basis of dot, okay. Any file starting with dot is a hidden file. And how to create a hidden directory? mkdir dot terraform, some file name, some folder name. So dot terraform, okay. So dot, anything starting with dot is a folder, okay. Dot is a hidden. So hidden directory and hidden file I have created. If you type ls, you cannot see those files, okay. So there is no command to display hidden files, but the ls command, if you type, it is displaying only regular files. But ls-a if you type, okay, ls-a if you type, okay, so you can see along with the hidden files also, okay. So hidden files and all files are visible. The dot sample file is showing, and dot terraform also available. So already one dot ssh also is there. See dot bash profile, dot bash rc. So these are all hidden files. Okay, three hidden files you are seeing, and this is the fourth one I created, and two hidden folders are there. Okay, so dot represents current directory, dot represents parent directory. Okay, parent directory. Here, so this is all about hidden files and hidden folders. So please remember, this is a very important topic. So dot sample. Okay. So any questions up to now? Do you have any questions in the basic level of commands?
Sir, once again, repeat hidden files and hidden directories, sir. Like difference between regular and hidden.
Okay, very simple. No? There is no confusion in that. Okay, anything starting with a dot is a hidden file. Okay, anything starting without dot is a regular file. Clear?
Yes, sir.
That's it. That is the difference. And if you see anything dot, okay, so that is hidden file or hidden
It
directory.
will be hidden.
Hidden. So you cannot, if you type ls, you cannot see. See, are you able to see any file with a dot or any folder with a dot? You cannot see. Okay. ls won't display the hidden files. If you want to see hidden file, then you have to type ls-a. So it will also show along with these files. It will show hidden files also. See,
Hidden files.
this is a hidden.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So next.
Sir,
yes, please.
sir, how can we determine the parent file in the hidden file? Like which is the, I mean, like in directory, we have the parent directory, right?
Can you come again? ls-a. Yeah, come again. Where is the parent directory? Show me.
Sir, no, I want, you said we have to mention P in front of the directory to mention it as a parent directory.
mkdir command you are asking, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, mkdir -p. So parent directory means starting. This is a burn, okay, birth, right? First directory. So directory
Okay.
7 is a parent, okay. And whatever inside you are creating, those are called child directories or subdirectory.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Clear? Yeah.
Okay.
So directory, okay, directory 8, directory 9. So now these are all the child directory. So see, this is the subdirectory, right? So what is the parent directory for 9 is 8. Okay. So 8 to parent is 7. Clear? Clear?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I am Shanmukh, sir. Sai Shanmukh. How to
Yes.
create a file on dot sample file, sir? It's a hidden file, no?
How to create a hidden file? Huh?
Not hidden file. File on hidden file.
What is that question, man? I'm not getting file and hidden file. Huh? See, there are only two files: regular file and hidden file. So you created hidden file. And what you want to create? You want to create a regular file like this? Yes, you can create. So one is regular file. The sample file is a regular file, and hidden file is dot sample file. Clear? Shanmukh, clear? Or if you want to convey your question in a different way, please come back, because I didn't get you what you are asking actually.
సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఆయన హిడెన్ ఫైల్ లో ఇంకో హిడెన్ ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చని అడుగుతున్నారు.
అట్లా ఎలా చేస్తాం? ఒక ఫైల్లో ఇంకో ఫైల్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది? ఒక ఫోల్డర్ లో మల్టిపుల్ ఫైల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు, కానీ ఒక ఫైల్లో ఇంకో ఫైల్ ఎలా పెడతాం అసలు? రైట్, ఇట్స్ పాసిబుల్, ఇంపాసిబుల్ కదా అది, రైట్? ఒక ఫైల్లో ఇంకో ఫైల్ పెట్టలేము కదా బేసికల్ గా. మన విండోస్ లో కూడా అది పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు, రైట్? అట్లా. సో ఫైల్ ఈజ్ ఏ సింగిల్ ఎంటిటీ అన్నట్టు. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఫైల్ అనేది సింగిల్ ఎంటిటీ. మనం అన్ని ఫైల్స్ ఒక దాంట్లో పెట్టుకోవడానికి ఫోల్డర్ ఇచ్చింది మనకి, రైట్? డైరెక్టరీ ఇచ్చారు. ఈ డైరెక్టరీలో నేను ఎన్ని ఫైల్స్ అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, కానీ మీరు ఒక్కటి ఆలోచించాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫైల్లో ఇంకొక ఫైల్ ఎలా పెడతాము? క్లియర్? ఒక డైరెక్టరీలో మీరు ఎన్ని ఫైల్స్ అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, అది కూడా డిఫరెంట్ ఫైల్స్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. అట్లాంటి ఆప్షన్ ఉంది. ఓకే
Sir, how to create multiple Indian files in folder, sir?
హౌ టు క్రియేట్ ఏ
Hello?
ఎస్ క్వశ్చన్ అడగండి.
Multiple hidden files.
మల్టిపుల్
Hidden folder also multiple. Sir.
ఏముంది? టచ్. ఇప్పుడు ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ సమ్ నేమ్, ఓకే? సో sample1 డాట్ sample2, ఓకే? సేమ్ ఇంకా ఈ హిడెన్ ఫైల్ కి ఓన్లీ డాట్ ఒకటే తేడా అంతే, రైట్? సో మల్టిపుల్ హిడెన్ ఫైల్స్ ఐఎమ్ క్రియేటింగ్, అంతే, సింపుల్. ఓకే,
Right.
సో యూ కెన్ డిస్ప్లే ఓన్లీ విత్ ls-a, ఓకే? ls-a.
Sir, Geeta here. One doubt, sir.
Please.
Sir, I am not aware this is comparatively regarding the topic or not. See, in Windows, we'll be having some files created like converted to PDF or else into Excel like that. In here also, that sort of files will be there, sir.
Okay, good question. But anyhow, I have to discuss the topic here itself. Okay, so when compared to Linux, okay, one of the fundamental statement in Linux or Unix is only one thing. That is the very first element everyone must know. Okay, that is the main difference between Windows and Linux. Okay, because of that difference only, Linux operating system is very famous, very secure than Windows. No virus in Linux. Okay, there is no concept of virus. Okay, and Linux is very preferable than Windows. Why? Because in Linux everything is a file system. Everything is a file type. The type of a file is only file type. Okay, but in case of Windows we can create, see, this is what type, sir? BMP file type. Okay, so this is text document type. If you create Windows Word, so it is Word document. See, if it is created, what is the type, sir? XLS type. If you create a Word, so that confusion is there in Windows only, but in Linux it is very clear. So we don't have we don't have any other type except file type. Okay, so here also we can create a file type. Okay, see, I can create, this is a text document, right? So this is ending with .txt, right? I can save some file. I'll give one file type. Okay, so how to make this as a file? So I have to put some name. Okay, let's say I'm putting some background for something, and I'm keeping some double quotes. Okay, double quotes. This should become okay. So file type. Okay, see here, this became file type. FILE. Okay, so in Windows you have different formats are there, but in Linux, so Linux do not have extensions. Okay, see, whatever the files I created, these are all regular files that do not have any extension, so because everything is a type of file only. Okay, that is you have to read. For example, not only this one. Okay, suppose you are keeping some drive. Okay, you are keeping some drive, E drive. Okay, you are calling this as a drive, right? E drive. So in Linux, even this is also a file system only. Suppose you are keeping one pen drive. So pen drive device is called as file type only. Okay, everything is a disk storage, everything is a file only, sir. We have to call as a file. So that's why in line, everything is a file and process. Okay, in Linux, we have only two types. One is file system, another is process. That's it. If you know this concept, then your entire Linux is with you. Okay, so in everything, it is a file and process. That's it. So we are going to deal with files and process. Okay. So now coming to the question. So Geeta, can you repeat the question once again, little bit? I'll give a direct answer.
Sir, I was asking like the same thing, sir. You have given clarification. File types will be there or not in the Linux.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's enough. It's enough. Okay. So just I want to give it to everyone. Question needs to be clarified to everyone. Okay. So in Linux, okay, in Linux there is no extension, but if you want to provide extension to identify, we can give. But even that is not a text file. For example, I can create in real time. We will do like this: sample.txt. Okay. Even though if I given .txt, it is not text file. It is also a file type only. Okay, it is also a file type only. Okay, but just user convenience, whenever I see this file, I will treat like it is a text file. Okay, so you can create any .doc also, but it is not document. Okay, that you have to keep it in mind. Okay, but if it comes to desktop version, then you can create the Windows also. There you can create some Word. So Linux is given some different kind of for Excel and all, they will use different thing, not Microsoft. They will use different thing. Okay, for Word document and all, they will call with a different names. In case of desktop versions of Linux.
Sir, one more thing, sir. Linux itself does not have any format, sir.
What format?
See, for example, in Windows, only file. Specifically, what it is any this thing is there.
What?
We need to specification is there, sir. For example, in Windows, now we are telling that file type is like Word, this format, text and all we are telling. Especially comparatively for Linux ki ila ani edanna unda.
File type file. Format is file. That's it.
File.
There will not be any extension. Format itself is a file. So in Windows also you have file type, right? Just now I create one background file, which is a file type. Type just file and undatla. So same thing is that. So if you have file type, then there will not be any virus for you. Okay, no virus at all. So it is very secure. Okay, Linux systems are very secure. So now let's get into the subject again. Okay, so now let's see some more commands. Okay, so rm command is used to delete a file. Okay, is used to delete a file, and rm command is used to delete a folder, right? See, okay, so if you want to delete a folder or directory, so you have to use -r. Okay, so if any content is there also, it will remove. Okay, so rm command is used to delete a file or folder, but for deleting a folder or directory, what you have to do, you have to use -r. Okay, -r, then only it will delete. Okay, so next, so cp command, copy. Okay, so we will see two commands, cp and mv. Okay, cp having two sub commands, the cp versus next source destination. So which file, what is a source file, okay, and where to copy. So file can be copied to directory. Okay, so I want to copy to directory 2, sam2. Here sam2 is a directory. So file 3 copy to sam2. Okay, so I am copying a file to the sam3. I can copy a file. Okay, I can copy a file, multiple files also. See, file 15, file 16. I can pick up multiple files, file 17, and I can put into the directory 1. That's it. Okay, so like this also I can do. I can pick up multiple files at a time, and finally in the destination, last is the destination. Okay, that should be a folder. That should be a folder. Enter. Okay, so lsdir1, you're having 3 files. So cp command is basically to copy files within the system. Okay, from in the system only you can copy. Files can be copied to folders, and you know, directories also can be copied to directories also, right or wrong? So if you want to copy a directory to directory, let's say sample 6, I want to copy to sample 7. So sample 6 directory, same copy, I want to do it in sample 7, backup. So what I can do now, so you have to use -r, recursively sample 6 content along with this folder have to move to sample 7. So you are copying entire sample 7. Okay, in sample 7 you can see sample 6. So this is what cp command will do, copy command. Okay, next, so you have mv command. So here cp having some options. Okay, you can refer to my notes. Okay, so we have some options like -r, -a, lot of options. To see the options, you can type help. Okay, if you see help, -help, you can see many options. Okay, you can see many options, -d, -b, okay, -a, archive, forcedly copy, links. Okay, so some useful options are there. So one of the useful option I will show. Okay, see this option. Okay, this is very helpful option actually. Okay, so cp -i, okay, file 4, okay, sam8. So what will happen here? Okay, so what will happen? So it will just it should come with an interactive mode. Okay, I don't know why it is not coming. So cp file 4 to sample 8. Okay, so it will have some interaction. So let's do once again. Okay, see, yeah. So when it will give interaction means if there is a file already available. Okay, so what will happen? It will not override. So what it will tell? So it will ask you for the interaction. Until unless you type yes, it will go. It will do. cp file 4 sam8. So what will happen? If you do like this, so it copied. If you type again, it will copy. If you type again, it will copy. Okay, so always it will do. But if you use -i, okay, it will just helpful for you. Okay, so that it will tell already that is there. Okay, so override chala. Okay, it will ask. Okay, if you type yes, it will override. If you type no, it won't copy. Okay, so always this option is preferable. If the file is there, it will override, right? So that's why we want to use this option cp-i. So when you are moving if you are copying any important files, use this cp-i option. So in the same way, we have mv command to move, cut and paste. Okay, SAM1, I want to cut and paste it into SAM10. Okay, so now SAM1 is left out and it is available in the SAM12. So these basic commands are very helpful, sir. Okay, to write a Kubernetes certification exam, if you know basic commands, then you can start learning Kubernetes, sir. Okay, so that is that much importance it is there, because they are going to keep some exams, right? Certification. That time these commands are going to helpful for us. Basic commands. MV is also used to rename a file or folder. Okay, so that option also is there. So sample file, I just want to rename to some other file. Okay, some file. So it is renamed to some, SOME. See, that file is renamed with MV command. Not only file, you can also use MV to rename a directory. Okay, to rename a directory. Okay, so now that SAM9 is renamed to direct. Okay, so control L. Okay, control L. So now you have used CP and MV. So now let's see how to navigate. Okay, how to navigate between the folders. So if you want to go navigation, then you have to use CD command. CD command. Okay, CD command is used to navigate between files. So from here, I want to jump to sample 4. Sample 4. Okay, so in this concept, okay, I went into sample 4. If you want to go forward, you have to use CD followed by current working directory. So sample is in the current working directory, so I just use it directly name. Okay, if the folder is in, if the directory is in the same path, okay, then you can directly use the name, it will go. Okay, so now if you want to come back, CD dot dot. Okay, if you type CD dot dot, then it will again come back. So dot dot always tell it will back, one level back. Parent directory, it will go to the parent directory. So here you have to understand one important point. So what is the full path of SAM4? So this is also a full path, right or wrong? /home/ec2 user /SAM4. This is the full path. Okay, so this is the full path. Okay, so this is a full path. This is a full path. Okay, or else you can also do CD SAM4. Like this also you can do, right? So this is a full path. PWD is displaying the full path of the folder. Okay, so when you have to use this kind of full path, okay, if this folder is available in some other folder, okay, then you have to use full path. Okay, if this folder is available in the same directory, then you can directly use the name. Suppose when you are using this full path, this is basically technically called as absolute path. Okay, absolute path. So if you are typing just name, this is called as relative path. Relative path means a file or directory which is available in the same location. That is called relative path. Absolute path means full path starting from slash. Anything starting from slash is a full path. Okay, so that you have to see the difference. You can use full path or direct path in this case. See here, I want to jump into some other directory. See /etc ssh. See, because the etc is somewhere else. Slash is the first directory and etc is somewhere else. So I can jump. See, I jumped into some other folder directly using CD. If I want to again come back to the previous working directory, then I have to use CD dash. So if I use CD dash, it will jump to the previous working directory. CD dash will give you jump between two directories, previous working directory. If you want to again go back to your home, you can directly type CD command. Okay, it will go back to the home. It will go back to the home. If you want to go further forward direction, so you can use by slash directory 2, directory 3. If that directory 3 is there, then you can go. See, no such file or directory. So we will create that format -p. So directory 2 slash directory 3 slash directory 4 slash directory 5. Okay. So then he can move, right? From directory 2 to he can move to directory 3 by forwarding slash. So at a time he can jump into multiple directories. See, now directly he is in directory 4. This is the location, complete path. If you want to come back, so 2 levels, if you want to come back, // So 2 levels he will jump. So now he is in directory 2. Okay. So 2 levels he did the jump. So these are all basic CD commands. I already told you. So CD having CD followed by directory name. Slash is the top level directory in the Linux. It is like a C drive, Windows drive like that. Okay. So it is a parent directory. It is a parent directory. It is a parent directory. So in this parent directory, you can see many files and folders. See, sorry, many folders you can see. Bin folder, data folder, etc folder, lib folder, media folder. So lot of folders you are seeing. Okay. So this is the file system in Linux, file system hierarchy. So basically we will discuss these things under a topic called file system in Linux, file system hierarchy. Okay. So file system hierarchy in Linux. If you see this file system hierarchy in Linux, if you go to Google and type, okay, enter, you can see, okay, it will display the Linux file system hierarchy. So what is the topmost level? So this is the topmost level. So slash is the topmost level. See, slash is the topmost level. You can see geek4geeks.org. Okay, see, you can see this. So this is a very good website. Okay, you will refer this website. Okay, you can also refer. They will update latest things over here. Okay, so root is the topmost directory. In that we have various files like bin, boot, dev, etc. Okay, home. You know home, right? We are up to now we are working in the home directory only. Every user will, that is the user's home directory. Okay, along in with my name, one directory will be there. In that I will. Okay, but this bin, what do you mean by bin? What do you mean by bin? So bin, what does bin contains? Okay, it is a binary. Commands used by all users. So in this bin folder, okay, essential user executable commands will be there. Just now you have executed all commands, right? CD, ls, cat. So all those commands will be stored inside a bin. So all command is a binary. Okay, it is a binary. So if any command is not installed, then in that we will get a command not found error. Command not found. Okay, all commands are installed. Whenever we install any command, that command will go and sit inside a /bin. Okay, so it will have all user executable commands. So this is bin. In a similar way, we have sbin also. Okay, sbin. Sbin is basically system binary. Okay, in Linux and all, we have 2 types of user. Okay, actually 3 types, but basically we will worry about 2 types now. One is root user, another is normal user. Normal user means Bano, Rajesh, Radhita, city user. These are all normal users. And root is the admin user. Root user is there. He is the admin user. Okay, he can do anything. He's admin guy. Okay, he's admin guy. He can do any commands. So he is also having some special commands actually. Okay, he have to use some special commands to do the administration work. So for him, all commands will be stored in the sbin. Okay, for him, all commands are stored in the sbin. So in Linux file hierarchy system, you are going to see some different directories here. Okay, out of which home. In the home, there will be one directory on every username. So where you can store your files. Okay, where you can store your files. Next, bin having all the commands used by user. Sbin having all the system binaries. Okay, if you want to go there and you want to see, you can see so many commands will be there. Okay, cd sbin. You go and type ls or ls sbin also you can do. See, so there are so many commands used by root only. Root only have to use these commands. Okay, so if there is no command not found error will come if you type any command. So these are all root commands. Okay, so now there is one more called /boot. So /boot folder. Okay, what this /boot will do? Okay, /boot, it will have all the files related to booting. So your operating system have to load. Okay, kernel related, RAM related. Okay, all bootable files will be available. Okay, whenever you turn on your system, okay, or start your Linux server, so it will come up, right? Okay, it will take some time initially to load all the operating system. That process we call as booting process. Okay, so explain booting process in Linux. That is also one theory question. Okay, to explain that theory question, it will take 30 minutes actually. Okay, some of the interviews they are targeting, sir. Okay, what I will do for you, I will not explain 30 minutes theory for you. I won't explain 1 minute also. I will share the notes. Okay, try to understand that. Okay, try to read that booting process. Okay, so you have to read and learn it. Theory, complete theory concept. Okay, so you can read it. I will send you in the WhatsApp group later. So what is the booting process in Linux? So next we have dev /dev. So basically in the /dev we can keep some device folder. It is like a device manager on Windows. Okay, it is like a device manager on Windows. So we have a CD-ROM or we have any drives and all, we can use /dev. Okay, device files we can see basically. Okay, and etc will have, okay, configuration files. So etc will have configuration files. So most of the work we have to do in etc only. If you want to change any Ansible configuration file, that will be available in /etc. If you want to see users information, then in the /etc only files are available, passwd file like that. Okay, and SSH also will be there in etc only. So basically Docker file, all files are stored in etc only. Okay, it will just hold all the host specific configuration, system configuration files. Next, lib, shared libraries. Okay, media, removable device, mounting. So we will have all the mount points in that. MNT /MNT. It will hold all the mount pointer. So next to OPT. Slowly when you are starting working with the Linux operating system, you will be knowing, you will be easily recollecting all those things. Okay, you are just seeing the alphabets A, B, C, D only today. Okay, in future you can easily learn the words also. Okay, see, initially when I am introduced to Linux, I also felt difficult. Okay, to remember what is this etc, what is that and all. When we started working with the things now, then we understood. Okay, so etc is for configuration file. Okay, like that. So easily we can understand. When command not found error come, why it is that error? So we have to copy that command into bin like that. So we will come to know by default. Okay, so like this we have different files, temporary files, user USR. Okay, user utilities and application. So third party softwares if you install, then it will go into USR. Okay, so in the var folder is there. Okay, variable folder. You can see the logs inside it /var, like any mails, lags, all log files you can see in the var only. Yeah. So you can just go through this theory session. Okay, theoretically what is the hierarchy? So you will come to know. Okay, more you can come to know. If you seriously want to learn deep, you can go through it. Otherwise, whatever you will, when some things you will learn when you work automatically. Okay, so that is how it will help. So you can go through it if you want to learn. in detail. And anyhow, you can refer to my notes. It is there. So today I will share the Linux notes. Okay, I didn't share yesterday. I will share it today. So in the tomorrow's class, we will come up with editors. Okay. So far, what you have done is you have just created files and folder, right? So just files you have created, but you have not done any entries inside that file. Okay. So that is also important. How to add some content into a file. So that is also very important. So today we have seen very basic commands. What are the basic commands we have seen? Okay, tell me, list me pwd, cd, ls, touch, mkdir, next cp, mv, rm, rmdir. So these are the top, okay, top 10 commands. Okay, top 9 commands you have to know. Okay, so these are the very basic commands. Okay, next tomorrow also we will get some commands where we can write some content into a file. Okay, so directly I will start the EC2 instance and I will explain the commands. Okay, editors in Linux. Okay, and some more basic commands also will come tomorrow, then followed by some admin commands. Okay, which is required for our Linux to understand. Okay, so any questions do you have?
Yes, sir. Myself, Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we hide a file inside the directory?
By default, in Linux, okay, files are hidden. To prove that, I will type ls command. Okay, it will not display any hidden file. Okay, this is also a directory now. This is also directory only. Okay, so by default you cannot see any hidden files. By default it is hidden, sir. If you want to see that hidden files, then only you type ls-a. Okay, so then you can see here. Okay, you can go to home directory. Here it is there. If you type ls, you cannot see that file. See, ls is not displaying any. So by default, hidden, it is hidden, sir. You have to understand that. Okay, if you want to see the hidden files, okay, then you can see ls-a. This option you have to use. Then you can see hidden files. Clear? So by default, it is hidden. Ls, no, I'm not able to see any hidden file here. Okay, but if I want to see, then use this option. Then you can see. Clear? And this is also a folder, right? EC2 user is a folder, a directory. Inside a directory, you have a hidden files. Already, whenever you create a hidden file, it is by default here hide. I'm creating one more hidden file. Let's say file 100. See, I created a hidden file. See, by default, if I type ls, it is hidden only. See, no one cannot see. Okay, if they want to see, they have to type ls-a. Now one question comes here immediately, sir. If this command known to everyone, ls-a, they will see, na, like that you can ask, right or wrong? They can see hidden files, right? If I type this command, okay. If I type this command, okay, I can see hidden files, na. Then what is the use of it? So some people may get doubt here. Okay, I have seen some batches they asked this question, like in Windows. Okay, so if we can hide, okay, no one come to know whether it is hidden or not. So we will not able to see. We can protect it. See here, the only way we can protect. If you don't want to see that, okay, so you have to ask root, okay, root user, for this user, okay, don't give this command. Okay, he can disable this command. Okay, if you type this command, so it will not allow him to do the work. So permission denied error will come. Okay, you are not allowed to use this command, like that it will come. So you cannot see the hidden files at all. Okay, but that much level we no need to go that much deeper. So user is allowed to go and see hidden files, because basically in Linux, all hidden files and hidden folders will be created for a specific reason, for a specific purpose. Okay, so that's why we no need to worry. But in case of Windows, that is a different story. Okay, so why we hide the files? So tomorrow's class also very important. Okay, and one more troubleshooting I will show. So most of the people will do one mistake here. Okay, so coming to the EC2 back. Okay, EC2 back. What the mistake they will do is, okay, after the work is complete, they will leave like this. Okay, so it will be running only. So suppose if you leave like this from 11 to till tomorrow 11, 12 hours you are wasting your hours, 12 hours you are wasting. Okay, even though 750 hours is free, in that 12 hours you are wasting. We don't know, if you practice Saturdays, more than 800 also will come, 850 hours also. So that's why you will get some bill. So very careful. So after practice, always you just make it stop. And I told you, you have to stop or at least only one server. Don't keep it 2 servers. Why? Because even though you stopped, this instance will get some charges. How? In the background. So you are using some 10 GB storage, right? So this is a place where it will store storage volumes. Okay, this is chargeable. These volumes are chargeable. Elastic Block Store. You are creating some 10 GB, 8 GB, right? So those are chargeable. See, in use, because AWS will reserve the storage in their place. So that's why they will charge this amount. But anyhow, since you are free time, you have some limit. But if that crosses, definitely you will get some bill. To avoid this bill, what you have to do? Always you have to stop or terminate. Okay, when you practice, just try to stop or terminate. If you terminate, then there will not be any issue. Okay, tomorrow again you can quickly start and you can start practicing. But in companies and all, if you try to terminate, you will not get this successful. You are not authorized to terminate. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, what's the difference between CD hyphen and CD dot dot, sir?
Okay. CD hyphen. Okay, it will switch between 2 working directory, previous working directory. Okay, previous working directory. For example, I can show it in Windows, very simple. Okay, so here I am currently in which directory? So here in this case, I am in the Ubuntu demo, right? I am in this directory. So now I want to go to previous working directory. What was my previous working directory? E drive, right? So this was my previous working directory. Okay, so CD dash will help you to switch between previous working directory. Again, if you want to go, again it will be here. So previous working directory. Is it clear for you? Previous working directory. So switch between 2 directories. That is what CD dash. CD dash. Dot means going back. That's it. Backward. Okay. So dot means parent directory. So I went here. If I want, A is a child directory. So I want to go parent. This is a parent. Dot. Okay. Again, I want to go back means dot. Okay. Dot means always. Dot means parent directory. So backward. It is going backward. If you want to do 2 backwards, dot /dot. Okay. So these are all you have to practice. When you practice, you almost your questions will be clarified. So just practice, do practice, and come with new doubts tomorrow. Okay. So until unless you if you don't practice, you won't get this. Practice it. Okay. So 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Okay. And okay, start preparing the Excel, sir. Okay. It's a good time to teach you this. Okay. Start preparing the Excel. Okay. So whatever the commands you practice now, keep inside Excel. Put it inside Excel. Okay. So like this, PWD. So give some description, sir. What you know. Okay. The commands, write down and keep description. CD dash. So because you have to practice now, CD dash. Tomorrow any new commands come, you just add here like this. Okay. So put it in all commands in line. So by the end of the course, it will become around some 100 commands or 120 commands like that. Okay. So try to practice whatever the commands you practice, put it inside the notes so that any new command is added, you can add here. Okay. See, it is very easy actually. Suppose you want to add ls in between this, so you can just do like this. Okay, I'll teach Excel also. Okay, so shortcut also is there for that. Okay, so type ls. So like this, it will list the files. So based on the yesterday's class, some people have already did like this. Okay, today I have inserted one more ls option, right? So ls-a. So they can easily insert like this. Okay, so ls-a. So ls-a, what it will do? It will list hidden files also. So you have to write better English. Okay, it will list normal files and hidden files like that. Okay, so maintain some Excel so that you can keep track of what are all the commands you practiced and which commands you are feeling easy, which commands you are feeling tough. Okay, so at least put some commands so that this side you can, after practicing, you can write in your own words. Okay, so if you are keeping on notes also fine, but inserting is difficult. Keeping notes and writing notes, some people like BTech style, they will keep on writing in the notes. Okay, that will not work out. So try to keep it in Excel. Okay, so whenever you want, you can insert or any movements here. Okay, you can change. Okay, that is how you have to maintain, so that it will become easy. What commands you learn, where you stand, like this, because all commands. So every tool you can maintain. This is Linux, this is Ansible, this is Docker, this is Kubernetes. Okay, so like that you can maintain all the commands. So whenever you want to work in real time, open this file. Okay, go to Docker and reuse that file. Okay, reuse that command. If you are learning any new command, add it into that Excel. Okay, add it into the Excel. So that is how you have to learn. So it will be like a reference for you. So no need to keep everything in mind. We never keep like that. Okay. So whenever we want, if it is hard coded in the mind, that's fine. But some commands we cannot keep in mind. So we have to go there and we have to copy and we have to paste. It is like a reference you have to follow. Till end of the course, you have to maintain this kind of Excel. Not only for commands, you can make it for theory questions also. Okay. What are all the questions you have learned? Just write questions. Answers is not required. Just write what are the theory questions you have learned. Only questions you write down, sir. Okay. So that answers you can keep it in your mind or somewhere else in the Google also. Type the same question in Google. Google will answer you. Okay. So please try to maintain one Excel for questions and one more sheet for Linux and one more sheet for other tools commands also. Okay, so this Excel topic I won't repeat again. It is your responsibility. See, if you want to really learn, okay, good subject and perfectly, then you have to maintain Excel. Okay, otherwise what will happen? By the end of the one new tool come, you will forget old tool. Okay, so what you practice, it will be swaha. You should keep track of that Excel. Okay, then only you can easily track of it. Okay, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow and we can continue with the Linux class. So that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Good night. Good night, everyone.